Leon Edwards and Jorge Masvidal continue their rivalry as both have unsettled business, and Masvidal also has had some choice words from his former dance partner Nate Diaz. While Conor McGregor took to Twitter to predict what he would do to Floyd Mayweather in a rematch. Also, is Charles Oliveira about to become the lightweight GOAT? Bisping seems to think so. And Charles Oliveira and Islam Makhachev go back and forth again as we recap what's gone down in the MMA world just these past few days. Starting with the biggest piece of news, Jorge Masvidal had his promotional hat on recently as he attempted to instigate something with the current welterweight champ, Leon Edwards. The two have had a heated rivalry dating back to when Masvidal assaulted Edwards backstage after a fight, and since then the bad blood between the two has only gotten worse. Just take a listen to what Masvidal had to say about the champ.
He called it right on the head, the whole fight. 2 weeks before and like a month before, I got asked, what do you think is gonna happen? And you go to that interview and I called it fight for fight, and I said, this is what's gonna happen. But if Leon wins, it's by this. And literally, it happens. And the way that I said it on the interviews, it's like God told it to me in my dream. So what does that mean? That hopefully I'm kicking Leon's ass soon, and then I get back in front of Usman, I get back in front of everybody, you know. But I don't know what's happening right now. Leon's, you know, getting a little cold feet, you know. I don't know what it is. He doesn't want to lose in England again to me, so it's kind of ignoring my phone calls.
The welterweight champ Leon Edwards didn't take the cold feet comments lightly as he took to Twitter to respond to Masvidal. Quote, refer to me as Mr. Edwards or Sir and get on your knees and beg and I may consider it. The ball is definitely in the champ's corner and it seems like he can dictate the terms now. So Jorge might have to wait around and see if Edwards picks him.
That's good for him to leave, bro, the big leagues before he gets like serious brain damage. I think the guy's like borderline vegetable, you know. His interviews, his spunkness, his wittiness and sharpness has gone to like shit. Like you have to wait for him. The pause has gotten longer. You used to ask him a question, be like a 2-second pause. It's like a 30-second pause now. It's good for him, man. He shouldn't be in the big league, man. He's gonna get hurt, man. Take that old ass dude somewhere else, you know. Plus, I almost killed his ass and the referee saved him, you know, so I don't really like him too much.
Continuing this heated former rival theme, we had Conor McGregor making some headlines as well for his comments about Floyd Mayweather. Of course, the two fought previously in one of the most successful boxing events of all time, where Mayweather got the best of Conor. But McGregor sees the rematch going very differently, as he said, quote, you've way more venom than Floyd. I beat Floyd if we rematch. Untold truth, it was me who carried him the early rounds playing pity-patty. Every single shot I threw early landed. From body to head, I was playing ping pong. I come out full force, and today, I end Floyd. Things are quite different from the first time the two superstars fought, as Mayweather now spends his time fighting YouTubers, while McGregor is preparing for his comeback from a devastating injury. So the fight result could very well be different. Another thing that might be different after UFC 280 is the lightweight GOAT rankings, according to Michael Bisping. Currently, most people agree that Khabib is the greatest lightweight in MMA history. However, a lot of the guys he beat, Charles Oliveira also defeated, and now has the chance to take out Islam Makhachev. If Oliveira pulls off the win, Michael Bisping believes he should be considered better than Khabib. Just take a listen to what the former middleweight champ had to say.
Khabib's the man, Khabib the eagle, Khabib wrestles with bears, Charles walks with lions. The greatest lightweight of all time though? I think if Charles beats Islam this weekend, I think that belongs to Charles now.
If you wanna find me, please just send me location. Send me location.
I really do. I really do. I think he will have surpassed him simply because he's taking out all the top contenders, and it's not Khabib's fault. I talked about that earlier. But you cannot deny the numbers, the momentum, the history that Oliveira's making.
Speaking of Oliveira and Makhachev, both of them had more things to say about each other and also the critics. One of the running themes of this UFC 280 main event is that Makhachev doesn't have the resume to be fighting for a world title. And Oliveira agrees with this criticism, as he said that Makhachev is only getting a title shot because he is linked to Khabib. This is what the uncrowned champ said recently on UFC Embedded. Quote, "This match is happening because Khabib made it happen, not by Islam's own merit, because in my opinion, he should be fighting against a top 5 contender. Who's the ranked opponent that Islam fought? No one. On the other hand, my 11 victories were against 11 good fighters, complete MMA fighters. I fought all the top 5, standing or on the ground. I knocked them out, submitted them. Of the 11 victories, only 1 was by decision." Meanwhile, Makhachev has heard all the chatter about his resume and decided to defend himself, saying that he's always sought out the best in the lightweight division, but it's other fighters who have ran away from him and dogged him. Just take a listen to what Islam said.
Professional career, I have this problem. All these guys, I call Chandler, I call Paria, I call Gage, all these guys, you know, but they're nowhere good now. So.
Well, if you have the UFC title, I don't
But
think you're
and
gonna have
people,
a choice anymore.
people still say Islam not beat someone from the top, you know. But this is not my problem. I always want to fight, you know, with top guys, but they never give me answer. This is not my problem.
Well, shout out to Charles Oliveira for agreeing to the fight, and I don't think those guys are going to be able to say no anymore if they want the UFC title, right?
Like, for example, like Charles Oliveira, he tried to avoid me. Like, he say, I need new contract. He say, I want to fight in Brazil, or like, I want to money fight. But
One person who doesn't seem to be too concerned about Islam's level of competition is the famed MMA coach Javier Mendez. He's coached the likes of Cain Velasquez, Daniel Cormier, Khabib himself, and now Islam too. He believes no matter who steps into that octagon against Islam, they will lose. Just take a listen to what Coach Javier had to say.
Does he come up at all, or is it strictly Charles?
No, it's strictly Charles, and if it's Alex, it's okay, because like I mentioned earlier, Islam's good everywhere. So we're planning for a title fight. You can mix whoever you want. You can put Gagey in there. You can put Dustin in there. You can put, whoever you want, Benio. It doesn't matter. He's ready for any one of those guys because he's that good and he's that well-rounded. And that's what people are missing the boat on. As you know, some people, well, we're not ready for this guy, so we're not going to take that fight, but we'll take this fight. No, with Islam, I don't care. I don't care who it is because he's that good in every area. And that's why I make those boasts. And maybe I'm boasting. He's that good.
Wow. By the way, this past summer, 2 of your guys, Khabib and DC, were inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame.
And if you enjoyed this video, then please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the little bell beside it so that you're notified the next time we upload a new video. With that being said, you just watched us break down the latest news in the MMA world. We'll see you next time.